Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Jason Hunt again, and I'm here to share with you 3 sins or 3 mistakes that people make when it comes to connecting with others. I spend a great deal of my time as I work with leaders and other individuals that want to be people of influence on this idea of connecting, because truly I believe that connecting can increase your influence in every single situation. So, how do people mess it up? What goes wrong when people are trying to connect? Well, first and foremost, the sin number one is they are uninteresting. Now, before you get all offended that I've called you uninterested, let me just clarify that for a second. When I say uninteresting, what that means is that we tend to talk mostly about ourselves and don't allow other people to talk about themselves. You see, our number one favorite subject of all is to talk about ourselves. And that's true with the person that we're trying to connect with. So instead of always talking about yourself, why don't we flip this on its head a little bit and always be asking questions of other people? You see, Dale Carnegie said that you can win more people over to your side in a matter of 2 weeks by becoming more interested in them than you can in 2 years by trying to get them to become more interested in you. So be interesting and talk about other people and ask them questions and try to figure out what's going on in their lives and their perspective of things. That's sin number one. Sin number two is the lack of commitment. So uncommitted to developing a personal relationship, a personal connection with the people that you lead. Oftentimes I see leaders who understand the importance of connecting with their teams, but they are not completely committed to diving into a deeper level. Maybe they're unwilling to be vulnerable or transparent with different individuals on their team. Perhaps they have a different set of priorities and they prefer to stay busy doing things instead of diving deeper into relationships with people. And this isn't necessarily going to work. They want to know that you are committed to this, that you have a sincere heart, that you have a strong desire to be able to go a little bit deeper with that employee. I speak from experience because when I first got married, I was not super committed to family reunions and going into learning more about my wife's family. Well, it didn't pan out super great, and later I learned that it's important to first start by trying to be committed, to give the energy that's necessary to go deeper with people. Sin number 3 is unprepared. Unprepared. Now, you might ask yourself, wait, Jason, how do I really prepare for a conversation or prepare for connecting with an individual? Well, there's a lot of ways we can do this. First and foremost, it's just getting to know somebody's name. If you've met somebody new, try to repeat that name in your head over and over and over again so it sticks. If you have to, write it down. Anytime somebody introduces themselves to you, repeat back to them, hey, Jason, it's nice to meet you. Say, Jason, let's talk about, repeat their name a couple of times, even that first sentence or two after you've met somebody. And this will help stick their name into your head. But that's just the beginning of being prepared for a conversation. When I go and I have sales meetings with different potential clients, I do a lot of work. Maybe it's a little bit creepy, but I try to find the individual on Facebook and LinkedIn, try to determine what their family's like or what interests they might have, because I want to know, right? I want to know how I can build a common connection with an individual, and we do that on common ground. And so I want to be able to, do some research and figure out really what makes the individual tick in their life. And that's helped me tremendously in my meetings. But it's not just the preparation that we do, it's also the follow-up that we do. So for example, I'm not one of those amazing guys that is just able to remember all sorts of details about your personal life. I want to, I have strong desires to, I'm committed to, but it doesn't naturally happen up here. So what do? When I'm done talking to somebody that I know that I want to build a stronger connection with, I'm going to go and open up OneNote. It's a Microsoft platform that you can find on your phone or any of your computers. And in there, I actually create a page for the people I want to be connected to. And in that page, I will note details and specific information that they've shared with me in conversations. Number of kids that they have, what their kids are doing, what their interests are, the name of their spouse, where they worked before, their dreams and desires, all those kinds of things. I just put in that OneNote. And then, I know it might kind of sound like cheating, but right before our next meeting, what I do is I'll open up OneNote and I'll find their tab and then I'll read through that information and I'll bring it up in the first part of our conversation. They think, oh my gosh, Jason's wonderful. He really cares about me and he's a great listener. And that's great. I want them to think that. I'm thinking I'm cheating, but I'm not really cheating. I'm just doing the work that's necessary to prepare for the conversations. So in short, make sure that as we're trying to connect with people, try not to do three things. Don't be uninteresting, don't be uncommitted, and don't be unprepared. In other words, be interesting, be committed, and be prepared. And I promise you, if you approach your connecting conversations and the people you want to connect with in this way, you'll be able to connect faster and deeper with the people that you're leading and thus have more influence, because connecting increases your influence in every situation. Thanks, ladies and gents. Have a fantastic rest of your day.